Alright folks, today I'm giving you my very first impressions of Tesla's FSD version 14.2.2. As you can see, Tesla added a ton into version 14 suite, but the two things I'm most looking forward to is this sentient style behavior Tesla keeps hinting at, and whether this truck can finally park itself inside my garage. We already know it can exit the garage fully autonomously. It does that here without any issues, but can it go back in? Stick around until the end, we'll find out together. So here we are leaving my place. First thing we hit is a stop sign, and this is still incredibly annoying. As you see, the truck waits way too long. It feels like 5 full seconds. It's inefficient and can irritate anyone behind you. So from now on, at every stop sign, I'm just going to continue having to tap the accelerator unless there's an actual reason to stop. You'll see me do that here, just a tiny press, and once we pass the stop sign, I let the truck take back control. No cars coming from the left or right, and it immediately completes the turn smoothly. These turns, by the way, are extremely smooth now. Older versions could feel a little choppy or jerky, but right now, everything feels human-like, very polished. We're heading to a charger near a plaza so I can get some work done, and here are my impressions as we let FSD take us there. Ever since version 14 dropped, I've been letting the truck drive almost fully autonomously in pretty much every scenario. Be sure to check out the other videos on my channel, because I've taken this thing through the North Georgia mountains, through the deep Atlanta city traffic, congested highways, suburban areas, everything. Version 14 really is getting close to true autonomy. I've only had to intervene maybe once or twice, and the proof is right here. Over the last 1,100 miles, FSD has driven me around 96% of the time. That's mind-blowing impressive, folks. Another really cool improvement is how it reacts to emergency vehicles, fire trucks, police, ambulances. Depending on the situation, it decides whether to come to a stop or move into another lane to make way for those vehicles. Seeing that in action is extremely impressive. And unlike Waymo, which apparently shuts down when the power goes out in San Francisco,
and look, all the self-driving cars are tripping right now. They don't know what the fuck they do. They're just stuck in the middle of the street.
Tesla's system is very, very reliable, and the AI is continuously learning. Every time an owner drives autonomously, Tesla is applying ML reinforcement learning through these behaviors in real time, and that's something no one else is doing at this scale. Anyway, as you see here, still no issues. The truck is extremely smooth in version 14. One big upgrade I noticed, especially in Mad Max mode, is that the lane changes now feel human-like. Earlier versions would sometimes put on a turn signal but hesitate for 10 or 15 seconds before finally actually turning. I'm seeing far less of that in version 14.2.2, which is great. We're taking some back roads now just so you can see the system in action. Another stop sign, full stop, and once again, I tap the accelerator to save time. And now we're approaching a speed bump. The truck slows down, clears it, and accelerates back up. It's been able to do this for a while, but if you've never seen it before, it's still very impressive. We're getting close to the plaza now, and here's another impressive situation. The car in front of us didn't use their turn signal when they were supposed to, because that lane could either turn left or go straight. FSD slowed down just in case. If their blinker had been on, it would have predicted the turn, but because it wasn't, it played it safe while still moving confidently. This is where full autonomy shines, being able to handle human imperfections. Now something I wonder about, memory. Here the truck moved into a left lane that turns out to be a left turn only lane, which you don't realize until farther ahead. It handled it well and merged right when needed, but it makes me think, what if the car could remember this location in the future? If Tesla ever gives the fleet contextual memory, even lightweight memories such as this, it would be a complete game changer. We're arriving at the shopping plaza now. Starbucks, restaurants, free Wi-Fi, and of course, these Shell recharge stations. They used to be owned by another company. I think they used to be called Volta. But this charger, along with others, gives around 9.6 kilowatt charge per hour for free. This is one of the huge perks of driving an EV, folks. As you can see in my Tesla app, This year alone, I've barely paid for power. About 6% of my house, 3% at superchargers, and the rest from free chargers like this or at work. That totals about $1,800 in savings. But wait a second, is that actually accurate? Let's find out. It looks like Tesla uses an average gallon price based on your state. But check this out. In December, it shows it using $3.25 per gallon as the comparison. In reality, Georgia gas is closer to $2.80 right now, so they're exaggerating the savings significantly. But I'm still saving roughly $1,000 a year, easily. Here's a tricky turn with heavy traffic. But I'm happy, in this version, the Cybertruck feels much more confident in making quick decisions. That's always been the gap between the Cybertruck and the rest of the Tesla fleet like the Model 3, Y, or X. And it's because of the Cybertruck's steer-by-wire capability. Tesla had to basically retrain FSD from the ground up for this truck. And I'm finally seeing it catch up. Of course, we hit a red light here, so it had to brake pretty hard, but still safely. Then once it turned green, it accelerated smoothly again. Let's talk now about maximizing your time while driving. I'd encourage people to find ways to make your work commute make money for you. I use Lyft because Uber doesn't support Cybertrucks. Whenever I'm headed somewhere, whether it be work or at one of my rental properties, I turn Lyft on, set my desired destination and my desired arrival time, and make money along the way. And this year alone, excluding the first 2-3 months, I've made around $1,840 doing basically nothing extra. And since my charging cost is practically zero, this turns out to be tax-free money because you can deduct your vehicle expenses. And in 2025, that was 68 cents per mile. For EVs, these costs are minimal, making all of your rideshare earnings effectively tax-free. For the rest of this trip, I'll mostly let you all just watch. We'll see nighttime driving, turnarounds, and a few interesting moments. I'll jump in only when needed. If you have questions about Tesla ownership, EV charging, full self-driving, or anything else, drop them below. I read all the comments and answer everything I can. we're now approaching our first turnaround. Old versions always hit the curb here. Let's see how 14.2.2 does. Perfect. Honestly, couldn't have done it better myself. Tesla is clearly fine-tuning even niche situations such as this specific turnaround. Fast forward to nighttime. Quick side note, the ambient lighting in the Cybertruck is amazing. It wraps around the cabin and even matches the album art of whatever I'm listening to. Right now it's blue, but later it's going to change to pink when I play one of my favorite artists' albums. The vibe at night is incredible. Nighttime FSD impressions. Honestly, no issues. Tesla has always handled nighttime driving well. Nothing dramatically new here, but everything works reliably. Now we're getting close to my place. Normally when we turn left here, it immediately turns into my driveway. But this time FSD passed my driveway and used the turnaround instead, which confused me until I realized it was trying to reverse into my driveway. And for a moment, I got excited thinking, oh wow, is it actually about to park itself in my garage? But unfortunately, no. It got close, then just stopped. So that desire for self-garage parking lives on for now. And that concludes our drive, folks. My overall impression, this is incredible technology. I don't understand why anyone wouldn't want autonomous driving. I get it. Some people just love the feel of a combustion engine, but the future is clearly autonomous. It improves safety, efficiency, and traffic flow. Tesla is leading this by many years. And yes, Teslas are expensive. FSD costs $8,000 today. It used to be $12,000, and way back in the day, $4,000. At $4,000, you weren't getting what you have now, so early adopters got shortchanged a bit. But today, if you buy a used Tesla and add FSD, that's a no-brainer. This tech is unreal, folks. As always, thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, follow, and subscribe for more content on Tesla, Cybertruck, FSD, and also home ownership, along with DIY do-it-yourself repairs, maintenance, and renovation projects to help you save money. I share a ton of content in all those areas.